Weight issues can plague anyone, even people that are too skinny. Yes, too skinny. That's because some of us don't know how to pack on the lean muscle correctly. And Dr. Jenny is here from Age Vital Pharmacy to give us tips on how we can get that weight where you want it. You know, it's kind of like you want to gain weight, but you don't want to gain it in the wrong
areas. You don't want to gain fat, right?
You don't want to gain it here.
And women are most often, they look at that scale and they get scared if it goes up a pound. A lot of my women, I see that, it's all psychological, but I tell them, you know, you want to gain muscle mass because the more muscle you have, the leaner you're going to look.
Okay.
So it's very important, you know, to gain weight, but then to be lean and not have a bunch of fat.
And I know this is not a problem for everybody, but for those who...
I'm trying to say, is there anybody out there that really wants to gain weight?
Believe it or not, I get quite a few clients that come in and say, you know what, I work out, I seem like I eat right, but I can't seem to gain any muscle. And a lot of the men too, you have a lot of skinny, you know, guys, and they see people like The Rock or they see the NFL football players and they want to beef up a little bit, you know?
So they want to be beef. So give us some tips on how we can go about doing that.
Well, some of my first tips are, you know, working out. A lot of people think working out more than an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I have a lot of professional bodybuilders that love working out. And I'm like, you know, you're actually being counterproductive when you work out more than an hour. After 45 minutes of working out, you're actually introducing a lot of cortisol. So a lot of cortisol means weight gain. So you see a lot of bodybuilders that, you know, they look buff on, you know, in their arms and their legs, but then they start getting that pot belly. So that's one of the things.
I like that.
Work for 45 minutes. That's really good. Eat every 2 hours to 3 hours. So you don't want to let your glucose fall. So when your glucose is falling, you're going to be agitated, you're going to be irritable, you're going to feel faint. So you want to make sure you're eating according to your metabolism. So that's every 2 to 3 hours. So every 2 to 3 hours, you want to pop in a couple snacks.
This
Protein.
is sounding good.
Yeah,
this is a good one.
Don't work out so much.
Yeah, let's put that number one.
Balance out your hormones. This is huge. You're only as good as the foundation of your hormones. And a lot of men can't build muscle. A lot of females, believe it or not, can't build muscle because they don't have enough testosterone or growth hormone. So you want those hormones to go in there to stimulate muscle growth. So testing is important. Low glycemic diet. This is huge. Again, going back to the types of food that you're eating. You know, lots of proteins, lots of fibers, lots of fruit, avoiding a lot of the carbs. Simple carbs are really good for before workouts. A lot of people forget to eat, you know, 30 minutes to 45 minutes before you work out. So eating 30 to 45 minutes before you work out actually gives you the energy that you need to build more muscle and put on that good weight because you're burning the bad fat. So, and that's the whole entire goal.
Well, that's a good idea.
You know, so eat, always snack. I always have a bowl of oatmeal with raisins and whole milk right before I work out, 30 minutes before. People are like, what, you're eating before a workout? It's like, absolutely, I want the energy to be able to actually, you know, run my car efficiently and build muscle.
Speaking of energy, you brought some prompts here. What are the items that you have for us?
Yeah, if someone doesn't want to eat a meal, I have some powders. I have my Vanilla Whey Pro, so it's New Zealand whey protein, which New Zealand has a lot, you know, better, you know, very stringent quality. Yeah, so they fine you if you don't have really good, you know, organic grass-fed whey. So $500,000. So everybody has perfect whey in New Zealand. So that's my powder. So 30 minutes, 40 minutes right before a workout, you take a scoop of that, mix it into your perfect smoothie, you know, whatever types of juices you like. Tastes delicious, all organic, non-GMO. And then my active HGH for my vegan vegetarians, it's 100% cacao. So, you know, just chocolate and all of the amino acids that help stimulate nitrogen production. So more nitrogen in your muscles, the bigger, you know, more cut and leaner you're going to look. So better recovery time. That's what the protein powders are for.
Okay.
And then my Amino Pro, amino acids that has all of the essential, non-essential, conditionally essential amino acids. So 21 different amino acids in a capsule. So you take that right before workouts and right after workouts. So again, you're feeding your muscle the fuel that it needs to expand and to recover. So for that lactic acid, so if you want to not have, you know, a lot of soreness the next day, this is my regimen. So then you're not sore. So the less sore you are, the quicker you recover and the better results you get.
Well, that's good because then you're not just losing fat, you're also building muscles in the right places.
Exactly, and then you gain weight. You see the scale go up, but then you see your waistline shrink. So yeah, I've been 130 pounds in a 00, and I've been 100 pounds and, you know, a size 2. So that right there should show you the difference in the quality of fat. And,
right. We have to remember too that we're also obsessed with the scale.
Right.
But the scale is misleading because muscle does weigh more. It's okay if you weigh a little more and you have muscle.
And you look better.
Right. You should focus on how their clothes fit on you and also the inches. So that's why I tell people focus more on the measurements than on the scale.
And you also have an injection protocol that kind of helps with some people.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's the testosterone injections that I'm talking about. So a lot of men and women will come to the pharmacy and do testosterone injections, or they'll go to the urologist or endocrinologist that we have in our network, and they do weekly injections for the men. and then every 3-week injections for the females. And the females love it because they forget that testosterone is not just for guys. So you give a female testosterone, they start losing weight and they build muscle. They look super lean. They actually start getting ripply abs, defined arms, get that saggy skin under here. You know, testosterone's big for that, getting,
In addition to testosterone, you have HGH.
Yep, HGH is huge. If you're deficient, that is like a super hormone.
And HCG you do in conjunction with testosterone sometimes, correct?
Oh, yep, absolutely. You can cycle on and off of the HCG with testosterone. Just gives you, you know, you're getting rid of that visceral fat.
Right.
All right,
And
well,
then,
multiple options to pack on that muscle and, you know, while you're losing that weight. Now, if you want to get more information, you want to go to agevital.com, or you can just visit Jenny at her store off Main Street. And we'll be right back with a game of What's Your Line?